going on, guys? Using the new car mount, which I'm pretty excited about. Anyway, you have to give me a second. I got to get used to this thing. I did not get to record a video yesterday. I'm a little disappointed in myself. Not the end of the world, though. And the reason why it's not the end of the world is because since I've been recording a day early, I'm still on time. So this recording will go out today, so now we're caught up to current time. Hopefully not the way it's going to be, though. I'm hoping to get another video done today so I can get back to being a day ahead. Just because I like being a day ahead, it suits. Anyway, there's a car stuck over there, and I would pull over and help on average, but they're stuck in their driveway, so it's not like they're in need of attention. Anyway, I'm hoping to get another video in today, probably after work, in between, or after my training. But yeah, the reason I didn't record yesterday is because yesterday was a busy day. My oldest daughter had to go to the doctor, so I didn't see home until like 6:30ish, 6:45. By that time we ate, and that was pretty much it. I didn't get my training in yesterday, although yesterday I wasn't too concerned about getting my training in, because yesterday I unloaded a container which Fitbit recognized as a workout, and I burned like 500 and some calories off of it. So I feel like that kind of balanced out to what I would have normally done on the heavy bag anyway, so I let it go. I really want to get into the conversation about school canceling. And the reason why is because they did it again. They canceled school this morning, which I just don't see a reason to do. Yes, it's cold out here. According to my temp gauge, it's 6 degrees outside currently. And I understand that. I get it's cold. It sucks. But you can't just cancel school because it's cold. It's going to be cold. I don't know how many of my viewers out there are in Ohio or living near or around Ohio, but Ohio's weather, we have really cold winters. That's what we do. Now, the last couple winters we've gotten lucky, and they weren't like super detrimental. We had some cold and we had minimal snow. This winter, it's a typical winter. We're hitting 6 degrees, 5 degrees. We're going into the negative numbers at night. Wind chill factor takes it into negative numbers mostly throughout the day. And when we do actually get to a peak where we hit, the 30 degrees, we get a dump of snow. Which, again, typical Ohio weather. There's no reason for the whole entire school canceling thing, because we have normal weather right now. It's not going to go away. It's not going to stop. It's not going to get better. It's going to stay like this probably for the next month, maybe month and a half, and then it'll slowly start heading back into spring. I'm not saying this because I want to get rid of my kids. Because here's the thing. Ultimately, I'm not home. I'm working. My fiance, she's home. She doesn't want to get rid of the kids. She loves having the kids home. The problem is, because it's so cold outside, the kids can't go outside. They've got no activities now at home because they've burned through everything. Because you got to realize they've been home now, like combined between winter break and what's going on currently. They've been home for almost 3 full weeks at this point. 3 full weeks of being home. So they burned through all the toys that all the toys and activities they got for Christmas. They're going through my fiance's ridiculous Pinterest list of things to do around the house, and they've literally watched every single movie we own at this point. So I get it. They don't want to go out in the cold. I don't either. I'm out here. I'm driving. I got to go to work. I got to drive. I got to go, 30 minutes to my job. And when literally, if you know anything about my area is a small town. Very, very small, very, very little town. That just about anybody and everybody that works in the school district lives within 10 to 15 minutes from the school. I'm not saying I'm mad at you guys for canceling. I am saying, though, that, man, all you guys are doing is punishing yourselves and the kids. You're punishing the kids because, 1, they're stuck at home. 2, they're missing their friends. And 3, they're going to have to work out all the curricular stuff that they would normally have to do. So now, and then this goes into your punishment. You guys are going to have to come up with a way to shrink and compact all the junk that you were supposed to fit in to the last 9 weeks into this, 3-4 days, and I don't even know how you're going to do it. Literally, my middle daughter, well, not my middle daughter, my second oldest, had an open book test one of the days that they came back from winter break. Why? Because they didn't get the time to go over the material and stuff. They're not learning. They're being thrown information that they have to figure out a way to process. Alright, I'm going to end that rant. Just saying, though, they need to go back to school. Let's see what else. What else yesterday? Oh, okay, metrics. I'm going to keep having to adjust this apparently because this road is very, very bumpy and it's knocking the phone over that way. But metric systems, okay? And this is going to be a little bit of a business talk. I'm not trying to be business-like, but for anybody out there that runs businesses, owns businesses, operates at a high level in a business, your metric systems are very, very important. They pretty much dictate and design how things are going to go and like the baseline of operation, right? Here's the problem right now. I'm seeing a lot of metric systems out there that don't work. For instance, all right, I'm going to give you a scenario out of what I've encountered. I'm trying to be vague enough to where I'm not putting out business, but open enough to where I'm getting my point across. If you're at a restaurant and you're receiving an order, and that order has 7 plates of food to it, and then you go to another table, and that table only has an order of 1 plate of food. You cannot use the same metrics for the timeline on the cook for the order that has 7 plates versus the order that has 1 plate. That doesn't work. It's a broken system. you're holding a standard that can't be met, you know? You should be putting out one plate order per 10 minutes. I don't know, I'm just throwing out some stupid numbers. That works when you have one plate order. But when you have an order of 7 plates and 2 sides and whatever, you know what I mean? You can't hold the same expectation over. You just can't. I don't know. People need to reanalyze the way they operate in those capacities. It's kind of like your expectations over your kids. You can't expect your child to be super proficient in math if they're not doing as much studying, homework, etc. in math as they're doing in, say, social studies, which they have an A in. That's the reason why whenever, you know, your kid is doing bad in a class or in a subject, more times than not, you make them study more in that subject. You have them dedicate more time to it. That's where I'm getting at when it comes to metrics inside of a job. You have to dedicate more time to things, so you can't hold it to the same standard. Next, I know I'm throwing a lot of issues out there, and I shouldn't be, because I need to save something for my video for later. Anyway, next, don't drive if you're dumb. What I mean by that is, if you're scared, if you are literally terrified to drive, don't. The other day, I got on the road, and I get it, the roads were bad. I'm not gonna say the roads weren't bad. The roads were bad, but they were bad. They weren't like end of the world bad. And I got behind some gentleman or woman who decided that they were going to go 15 miles an hour down a highway that is supposed to be 70. I was comfortable going 40, 45. This person forced me to ride behind them for about 8 miles at 15 miles an hour because they were scared to be on the road. If you're scared, don't drive. I'm not trying to hold it against you. I'm really not. But again, with this is Ohio. If the roads are bad, you've got to gauge whether what you're going to or where you're going is important enough to go there. I'm not going to lie. I thought about it. I thought about staying at my parents' house one night because the roads were so bad that I didn't know if I wanted to travel all the way home. It happens. But if you have a sense of fear in you that you don't want to drive or can't drive in it, don't. Because all you're going to do, you're going to cause a wreck. You're going to cause an accident because you're going to be so scared about doing what you're supposed to be doing that 95% of the time you're going to screw up and you're going to cause an accident anyway. It's kind of like that whole entire belief that you can be overly cautious on the road. You can't. If you drive scared, you will wreck. Or you will cause an accident at the least. I think I've covered it. I'm at about 14 minutes. I'm going to cut it short. Not really, because it's at 14 minutes. You guys have a wonderful day. I'm going into work and try to kill it like I always do. And I will talk to you guys hopefully tonight, but you'll hear it tomorrow. I'm out.